was nervous. I'm in royalty. Okay. Bonjour mes amis, c'est moi, Patsy, UDP, et bienvenue sur ma chaîne pour un autre vidéo. Here on this channel, we talk about all things black fashion, lifestyle, travel, et je parle un peu le français. If you haven't already, what are you waiting for? Give your girl a thumbs up, like, share, and bien sûr, subscribe. Aujourd'hui video is part of my mass camp hopping here in Antigua, and today we are at the Insane Carnival mass camp with the designer and the one and only Janae Henry. Welcome, Janae.
Thank you, and hello everyone.
Great. So as you guys know, I've been giving you little videos on how to get dressed for different events that are coming up for the 2024 Antigua Carnival. You would have seen the colors inspo video as well as the blue jeans inspo video. And today, as we're getting closer to Carnival, I'm going around to the different mass camps and speaking to the designers. Actually, this is really a unique situation where the designer for this mass camp is Janae. And we're just going to have a little chit chat and talk about her history in the fashion industry and her inspiration for this year's costumes. So, Janae, can you tell us a little bit about yourself and how long you've been designing?
Well, I've been designing at the Insane Carnival is 10 years old. I didn't do the first year, and I did part of the second year. So let's say nine years. About 9 years in Carnival. So my background is my dad, he is a traditional mass builder. His name is Barry Zawadi Thomas, and he had Pandemonium Mas Troupe, for anyone who is old enough to remember Pandemonium.
That's my first mass camp I ever played mass with, when they were down by CJ's.
Yes, right, they're the corner for Grace Farm.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So my dad is Barry, and after leaving Pandemonium, he eventually did Silk Dust Mas Troupe.
That's right.
And my dad was extremely passionate about culture, about black awareness, and he always instilled in us and made us feel proud to be black. All around our house would always be plaques about black consciousness, black awareness. It was not uncommon for us to wake up on a morning and hear Malcolm X speaking, or Martin Luther King, or reading Marcus Garvey. That consciousness of being black is really, 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 really deep founded. So the love for black culture, for culture in general, I would say he played a tremendous role in it, as well as his love for music. He was a man of the arts, a man that loved music, and again, his love for music stemmed from anything that was extremely cultural. So that background, that kind of grounded me.
Okay.
So I didn't really play a part. I was a child in Pandemonium and in Silk Dust, but that awareness and that love for the culture was just somewhere there. So by the time we decided to do Insane Carnival, I didn't do the first year. Our first year was built by a very good Antiguan designer, Shandy Lewis. Okay. And then by the second year, we decided that we were going to just dabble a little bit. We dabbled, and it was born. So I eventually just started to design, and not only design, but do the entire mass production. So yeah, a little bit.
Very good. So that was an interesting background on where you've come from, and it is so interesting. As Antiguans, we don't realize how connected we are, because my very first year playing mass was with Pandemonium. Then I did not do with Silk Dust. I think after that I left Antigua, and then when I came back I played with Dynamics.
Yes.
And since then it was just mass upon mass upon mass, until my final year that I played mass was with Insane.
Oh yes?
Yes, and that would have been 2017, and 2018 I decided, okay.
You put in the hat up?
Yes, I put in the hat up. One, because now my children are adults and they're playing mass, and to be playing mass with your children, not a good look. So I decided that that was enough for me. So platform that I have is to promote black designers And I thought of you in the first instance because I'm not familiar with anybody else in Antigua who's designing at the moment. From what I've understand, most of the mass camps, they import somebody from outside to design for them. And I thought this would have been a unique experience and a unique person to speak to, so that you can give me your inspiration and what drove you into this. So we are here amongst all of these beautiful costumes which will be on the streets for Carnival this year. What was the inspiration behind the theme that you guys chose this year?
Well, we're celebrating a milestone. This is our 10-year anniversary, and we decided let's have a little, let's have a show, let's have a party, let's have a gala. So we brainstormed, and it was like, what would be your fashion sense to go to a gala? And we just played off of that theme. So we have 7 sections. We have Vogue, we have glam, we have eclectic, we have avant-garde, there is whimsical. Am I forgetting any? Forgive me if I am. But
No, that's fine.
Those were some of our themes that we decided, and it was just more about just finding a light touch to fashion and finding a sense of fashion, and that was our rationale to choosing the theme, the gala. We just wanted to celebrate its 10 years.
And it's a fitting theme. 10 years is a milestone in any stretch of the imagination, in anything that you do. To make it to 10 years, it means that you're doing something right, and the product that you're putting out is of a great value. And I know that you're in your production mode, so guys, you'll just see in the cutaway what the different costumes will eventually look like, but you are getting a behind the scenes sneak peek at the first part of the production of what they eventually will look like on the streets. And I'm going to share that with you guys as well when Carnival Monday and Tuesday, which is the first Monday and Tuesday in August, I will share what that experience looks like on the streets in Antigua. So what is your future plans for Insane? Are you thinking beyond 10 years at this moment?
Well, creating legacy, I think, is important. Being remembered as someone who tried to keep the culture alive, to make it the thing is with culture is that it's so evolving.
Yes.
And I want to be remembered for evolving with the culture. Culture evolves, and you have to tap into what people want. What is their thirst? What makes a person travel? What makes the product viable? And if I were to be remembered for anything, it would be for keeping in touch and keeping abreast with the evolution of mass, to be honest with you. So where the future of Insane Carnival lies is to build a legacy and to become a dynasty in the mass world where Antigua is concerned, and to make Antigua a household name where mass is concerned, where we have people who travel to Barbados for Carnival, they'll travel to St. Lucia, Antigua will be mentioned as a top carnival in the region. And why shouldn't we? We have one of the longest running carnivals in the region, and our product is probably second to none. We have one of the best carnivals in the region, and I want to be remembered for keeping that legacy alive and bringing people into the island so that they want to experience carnival. A lot of people travel to play mass with Insane Carnival, and just by traveling to play mass with us, they experience Antigua. Some persons just have no roots, no connection to Antigua, but they travel for the product. And to be a part of an organization that exposes our beautiful island to such a large extent is a little bit humbling, and it's noteworthy.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Do you get a lot of support from the government in your adventure or your venture in doing this? Because like you said, there are lots of people who have never been to Antigua who come here specifically for Carnival and at the same time experience the island, how does that translate to the tourism product from the governmental point of view?
We get the support that the government can give.
Okay.
You know, that's what I would like to say. I know the government, as we all know, they have their limitations,
Right.
their budget restrictions. The government does what the government can do, and that's
Okay.
what I would say. Asking the question, can they do more? Anyone can do can do more. Of course, we would love for more, perhaps more engagement, the opportunity to have more dialogue, because we have. Because of the product that we have and the exposure that we bring to the island, we interact with a lot of people from South Africa, from Canada, from Australia, from all over the world, that they come to play mass here with us, and they're exposed. So to be able to create open dialogue with the government, or more open dialogue with the government, would be something that would be, I think, rewarding for everyone.
Fantastic. I agree. I couldn't agree with you more. I think what you guys have done and continue to do is an amazing thing. I know people, Antiguans, who come home for Carnival, but I was not aware that people travel here specifically for Carnival, and that in itself is a tremendous feat at what it is that we're doing here with our Carnival product. Do you design for other mass camps around Antigua or in the region?
We do Miami Carnival.
Okay.
We do Miami Carnival yearly. We have done Atlanta Carnival in the past, and we plan on returning to Atlanta Carnival. I have done a few productions for smaller bands around the world, for Canada, for Atlanta, for Miami. The thing is that Insane Carnival is so, I wouldn't say overwhelming, but it just takes so much from me. As soon as Antigua Carnival is finished, I go right into thinking about the next year. So like, I'm building mass this year, and I've already thought, what can my 11th anniversary theme be like? And because I do it on my own, I don't have a team of designers necessarily that can bring a section. It means that from the month of, right after Miami Carnival, October, going into the beginning of the new year, I am just building prototype for Antigua Carnival. So I've learned to dabble with a little sewing, so I can be a little bit more independent.
Nice.
You know, the only thing that I think I have to do a course in it, and that's wire bending.
Okay.
So that the product is just more homegrown. That's probably what I have to do more.
Okay. You know, funny it is, my sister who lives in Rochester, we decided to drive from Rochester down to Atlanta. By the time we got there, the carnival was finished.
Yeah, it's one of the only outside carnivals that do it on a Saturday. A lot of them tend to do the carnival on the Sunday for some reason. But yeah, their carnival is that Saturday. And what I would say about Atlanta has one of the best road experience for a US-based carnival.
Really?
They actually go on the road. Downtown Atlanta is pretty scenic. It's beautiful. The time of year that they have their carnival is pretty cool.
Yes,
you know, from
right
a temperature standpoint.
in spring.
So it's a really nice carnival. I particularly enjoy Atlanta's carnival. And we have an Antiguan at the helm of Atlanta's carnival as well, Pat. I'm trying to remember her last name, but her name is Pat. And she's an Antiguan. She is the chairperson for the Atlanta Carnival, at the Atlanta Caribbean Carnival. Yeah, I'll get her full name for you, but yeah, her name is Pat. I think Pat Henry, if I'm not mistaken, Patricia Henry. But let me not misquote, her name definitely is Pat. Yeah.
Well, this was interesting, and I learned a lot in a very short space of time. So, you know, I wish you guys all the very best on the road. I am going to be on the side of the road cheering you on and enjoying watching you. And
you sure we can't get you in a costume?
Not this year.
All right, okay.
No. 56? No.
I don't think you should ever hang up your hat.
It's the spirit is in me. I am still a carnival girl, but just being out there on the road at this stage in my life, I don't think that's a good look.
No, it is. I think One of the things that I would really, really love to do, and it's just whether or not we had the market for it, was to do different aspects of mass for the different person in the society. What does everyone want? What would pull a person who thinks they're in retirement back from retirement to play mass? And how do you create a product for that person? Is it necessary? Is it needed? Is it wanted?
Well, you know, that's a good idea. How about doing a survey and see how many of us would like to be back on the road but not in a tankine?
I know, you do want that elegance.
Right.
You want the elegance on the road. That's important because everyone has different needs.
Yes, for sure. For sure. Well, guys, wasn't this just an amazing conversation? You know, we did not go into anything planned. It was just a generic conversation we had about the whole idea of mass and fashion. And I'm looking forward to seeing Vogue on the road. You will see Vogue in all of the magazines, but it's an experience to see it on the road. So, Janae, thank you so very much for sitting down with us.
Thank you.
So,
It was a pleasure.
That's it, guys. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. A bientôt, au revoir, à tout à l'heure.